Hi there, everybody. This is John Drew here from Elevated Planet.
And Jolé Gabrielle here from Elevated Planet.
And today we're back to the Sara Landon's 11 spiritual roles, which is all about the great remembering that's taking place on the planet right now. And the fact that there are 11 spiritual roles that people tend to define into. And it's really interesting. So this today we're up to number 5, which is the uplifter. So we're going to just go straight into that, and then at the end of it, we can have a little discussion around that, and then open it up to the community to come back to us with their thoughts. So bear with me a second. We'll switch screens.
Spiritual role number 5, the uplifter. The fifth role is the role of the uplifter. They are the keepers of the light. The uplifters are here to uplift others and often do so very naturally. Uplifters are happy, joyful, fun, and often have a good sense of humor. They are almost always happy, outgoing, friendly, and playful. This is an important role and one that you might easily recognize in others, but it's a role that everyone can consciously and intentionally choose to play on Earth. As a child, the uplifter was often silly and always liked to play. They might have been a naturally happy or friendly child. They often get along easily with others and are very curious. An uplifter often has a childlikeness despite their age. They are the ones that like to make people happy or want to make others laugh if they are feeling down. The uplifter naturally recognizes, consciously or unconsciously, when people are down or when the vibration of others is down, and they lift them up. During challenging or difficult times, the uplifters are the ones that shine the brightest. They are the ones that stay positive and uplift others. They value humor and laughter. The uplifters are the ones who always want to make people laugh and feel better. They can be the quick-witted one or the comedians in the family or among their friends. The uplifters are those who always want to make things more fun. They often like parties with themes or costumes that make the party more fun and playful. When it appears like everyone has lost their way, it is the uplifters who bring the light. They are the bringers of hope and often express it with laughter, joy, and humor. As an uplifter, you have learned, you have gathered the skill, you have been preparing to be powerful, conscious, and intentional so that when you walk into a room, you can be the uplifters without losing your own vibration. You can bring the vibration of joy that uplifts others no matter what is going on. This is especially important during the time of the Great Awakening. Are you an uplifter? We invite you to powerfully embody your role as an uplifter, to be the one who brings the joy, the one who brings the laughter and the fun, the one who shines brightly and uplifts others. Everyone can be an uplifter to someone and assist in the uplifting of the collective and humanity.
Are you an uplifter? That is the question that is being asked. The keepers of the light. And I don't know about you, Jolie, but I do believe this is an important one because obviously there is so much density on the planet right now. To kind of
Mhm.
get to that place where we're not taking ourselves too seriously or having people around there who can elevate that emotion like that, it kind of matters.
Yeah, it does. And everyone is an uplifter if you think about it, introverts, extroverts, because what Sara Landon is and the creators imbued us with is the ability to uplift others through our own energy field and attitude. And so you're like, who's an uplifter? You can be one when you walk in a room and you're authentic and you're bringing positive energy and enthusiasm, you're uplifting people. And this can be useful, especially in the workplace, around family and friends, and in difficult situations to elevate the energy in the room. And we should use this at any time, especially when there's energy that is heavy. And, what does it look like? It just looks like you opening your heart and being authentic and expansive and saying things to people that make them feel good, but that's coming from a place of truth.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can think of one particular classic uplifter that I've known through my life. To meet the man for 2 minutes would leave people walking away with a smile on their face and feeling better about themselves and better about life. Natural, quick-witted, and amazing guy. But yeah, and it also made me think again about that consciousness of Merlin piece where he talks about how important it is to be like a child and have fun because that's kind of part of the creative process of who we are. So to have people around us to help to elevate that, to break down the density which we're kind of called towards all the time, but we don't need to be, right? We don't need to be because that is us feeding our energy into the problem, which is unnecessary because the answers are all here. And the uplifters are the ones that help us to get back to that point. And instead of looking outside, we can come in to ourselves and kind of realize that, yeah, actually, we're here to have fun. We're here to live in joy, regardless of what we see in the external, because that is playing out for its own reasons. But yeah, uplifters, an important thing.
They're very important. And you'll find that especially if you're an uplifter, you may be in situations where people will think you're corny or roll their eyes at you or send negative energy your way. When we find people that are happy-go-lucky, sometimes I see other people sort of distance themselves from them sometimes. Sometimes. I
Yes.
used to have an issue with this. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention. It was very difficult for me to be around uplifters, to be around uplifting places like Agape, for instance, in Los Angeles. I had a real big problem with that place, and that is just the most beautiful, uplifting place you can go. I had to work on that.
Yeah. No, it's really important. It's important to share these things because it kind of helps people to realize that, you don't need to beat yourselves up about this. It's just an opportunity to identify yourself against these roles and work out we're all unique for a reason, right? We
Yes,
can't all be, focused on all 11 things. But at the same time, understanding that these facets are out there that creates your community. So within your community, if you have a community of 11, wouldn't it be perfect if you had 11, each one strengthened, strong on one particular role out of that? Because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for divine balance. And amongst that will be
right.
an uplifter. And that's a beautiful thing. So,
Absolutely. But, to lead to unspeakable beauty and sometimes to live the life that we want to live, all of the greats have said we need to have enthusiasm. Napoleon Hill on down, you have Bob Proctor, have a zest for life.
yes.
And if it's something that's been removed from you, your mojo, so to speak, work to try and get that back because it is important in order for you to elevate your energy.
Thank you, Jolé. I think on that basis, we will then put it over to the community and ask you to put a note in the comments. Do you know uplifters? Are you an uplifter? Do you resonate with this? Any thoughts around it? Please drop it into the comments, and we'll be back to you in another week's time with role number 6. Whatever that is going to be, we'll be able to reveal that to you, and we can get round and discuss that as well. So, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again very soon.